Hi, today I'm going to show you how to configure Windows Firewall. In the new Windows 7, they have added a built-in firewall. It's built into your operating system. This is something that is newer in the last couple of versions of Windows. Before, you had to buy a separate program. They've found what happened is that too many people did not know that they were supposed to have a firewall, and their computer was left wide open, and people would get very angry because they spent all this money on a computer, and bam, first or second time on the internet, and it's busted. And Microsoft they really listened to the needs of the people and said, okay, we'll just put this on here, and maybe that'll help keep your computer safe right away without you having to do anything. Usually the firewalls are host based, meaning that all of the definitions for the firewall, and definitions is how they describe the just like the word implies, it's how they describe the virus to the computer. It's the computer language that allows a computer to recognize it's a virus. They're kept off on this host computer, and then you download it. So it's got this massive massive memory ability to have all of these viruses, and that does not have to be on your computer, which is really nice because that takes a huge amount of space. In its default form, Windows Firewall evaluates incoming and outgoing packets to determine whether to allow or deny them. But all external source or incoming packets are denied, and only a few very specific purpose ones are even allowed. You can configure it to do this firewall to do more advanced things, but something you should know is that you really want to be careful unless you know what the end result of the command you're giving is going to be. You really don't want to do it. This is not something, your firewall is not something to play with and learn on the job. There are some books out there that are really good and talk about what firewalls are and what they should do and all of that. And Microsoft has a really good help site to explore. So here's how we're going to do this. It should take 15 minutes, give or take. So I'm going to show you today how to create a rule to block access to a website, and then how to disable it, because it's really going to be stinky. I'm going to show you how to find a program if you do not know where it is. Suppose we do not know where Internet Explorer is, even though I've got it right here on my quick bar. So we're going to let my computer pull up Internet Explorer. Just because it's an easy site to remember, we're going to type in Microsoft.com, and now we get to hear my little bit of my homepage, which is AOL.com. Oops. So busy typing quickly. So Microsoft.com. So here is their website, and here, if you didn't know it, there is a new Internet Explorer out. Internet Explorer 9. You could download it. Okay, so we just brought up that website. We close out of that. We're going to go Start, and now we're going to type in Firewall and bring that up. Okay, if you do not know what these are called, this is a pane, and this is a pane. Think about window panes. And here's the detail page. A quick look, you can get an overview of the domain profile, the private profile, and your public profiles. Here's another area where you can get into things, viewing rules, viewing the current firewall, that type of thing. We want to come right down to here and go Windows Firewall Properties. So bring up this menu, and you'll notice there are things that are the same. Here's the domain, private, public. Okay, we're going to click on the private tab. Now we're going to look around a little bit, but we are not going to change some stuff here in the settings area. We're going to click customize, but this is one of those areas where you do not want to mess with things unless you know what you're doing. So it says display notification. In other words, tell me when you're blocking something, which is important because then you can go in and you can change it if you have to be in that program. Unicast response. This is more advanced networking, and I really don't have time to go into it today, but it's more about the types of responses your computer can give. Rule merging, merge the rules. Local administrators with what's in the policy, the group policy. But we don't want to do anything, so we're just going to cancel it out. Okay, in the logging area right here, we're going to customize. Okay, so there's the name of whatever we're going to be messing with. And log dropped packets. It's when it logs, it's just literally keeping a diary of things that happen. Logging dropped packets. A dropped packet is something that did not get sent correctly, and we want to say yes. Okay. And then we're going to click OK. And then OK again to close those two windows. Over here in the left pane, we want to look at the outbound rules. And again, you're going to see, oh boy, it changes things. Boy, there's all sorts of things. Woohoo. Alright, now in the over here, we're going to click New Rule. And again, they're a little slow. And here it pulls up the wizard. We want a custom rule. We're going to click Next. We want it to be for all programs. Next. And now in the protocol box, we want a TCP. In the remote port box, we want specific ports, and a port is a way that information gets into your computer. Okay, we want 80, which is just, it's numbers that for those of us who are newer at computers, it's not really important. Again, you're really not going to do this unless you know what you're doing. So there's next. And then we're going to go next again because everything's okay. We want to block that connection. Next. Everything looks okay there, so we're going to go next. In the name box, we are going to call this, let's see what we can say. We can say block web. We're going to click finish. And then there is a rule that we've just created. Now we're going to come over here and go start. We're going to type in internet, if I can type today, Explorer. I don't even have to type the whole thing. You can tell it slows you. Whoa, my internet doesn't work anymore. What am I gonna do? So, now what do I do? Well, let's see if we can get back into that Microsoft website. www.microsoft.com. cannot display the web page. Okay, so it's saying I'm not going to be able to pull this up, so we're going to click out of that, and now we're going to come back in here. I did not close my firewall page, if you noticed. Otherwise you could go into start, type the word firewall, and get into it this way. We're going to right click block web, and actually it already pulled it up for me. We want to disable the rule. And now we're going to close this and start internet. And let's see if the internet comes up. Oh, there's my AOL. It's going to be noisy here for a minute. www.micro. You can see I'm sort of trying to hurry. Microsoft.com. Okay. So we're going to click Microsoft.com. And bam, it works. And that is how you do that. Just one other little quick piece of information. There are two main locations for firewalls, and that's on the computer and as a host based. Just remember, you want a host based one because only some of the components are kept on your computer. All the rest of the firewall is kept on your host. I hope this made sense, and I hope you have a good day.